Hey there and happy Friday. You probably were wondering, is she going to go live once more like promised this week? And I am. So we finished rock picking this afternoon. That's a great job done. Yesterday was a long full day of that. So I was like, no way am I doing a live video because I am so tired. But I think because it's Friday, even though it was a long day, I'm ready to do something fun. And today's fun is creating a cute little baby card for you guys. I've had a couple people say, hey, do you happen to have that new Happier Than Happy bundle? And I didn't right away when they asked, but I do now. Hi there, Sharon. And because people have asked about the bundle and wanted to see something done with it, I need a baby card for this weekend for a baby shower for upcoming baby girl to be born. So I'm like, you know what? If I can make something with the Happier Than Happy bundle to show you guys and get the card made for this weekend's baby shower, that'll be perfect, right? Hi there, Julie. I was really excited in the new catalog to see the Happier Than Happy bundle because I thought the things in there were so cute, so sweet. It could be for baby, it could be for little kids, it could be for adults, it could be for so many occasions. So let me get my camera turned around for you guys, and I see that my iPad's caught up, so if you guys have questions you can ask away, and then I can see you guys when you check in too. So let me get this going here on my desk, and then I can show you better the card. So here it is. I just think that bear is just so cute, and I love the die cuts that come with this bundle too. Without going overboard, I tried to use several of them just to kind of give you an idea too of what they look like as well. And so with that, the Happy Forest Friends suite of products is in the annual catalog. I always like to show you guys kind of where that's coming from. Hi there, Mary. Good to have you on here. And then you can see all the fun samples and designs on pages 46 and 47. Hi there, Ruth. And I just love some of these simple ideas that they've given us, just using little strips of paper and the bear and just little accents of the butterflies and so many cute little animals with the fox and the owl besides the bear. And the paper is just adorable. So I'm going to give you a highlight of that. I'm not using this ribbon tonight. I will show you that here in a little bit because I think it's like wonderful ribbon. It was just too big and chunky for kind of my busy card that I'm making. But this stamp set has so many nice images here. And in the catalog, oh, I just closed my catalog, but there's a little mark there that says distinctive. And so anytime you go through the catalog, I wish Stampin' Up! Would kind of put it on here as well, but they don't. But anytime you see that notation saying that it's a distinctive stamp set, you can see the shading here, like on the bear, darker and lighter, and same with the owl and the fox and the tree stump. And just most of this artwork has lighter and darker, and I think I get the oh wow every time anybody uses one of these stamp sets or stamped images, because you can hardly tell that anything's different with the stamp. But once you ink it up, like on this card, you can see that some of the areas got lighter and darker. And I even have like this in the gray version. Because I was kind of debating, do I want it in smoky slate or Sahara sand? I feel like the smoky slate gave it more of a definitive look of lighter and darker, and I love that. And so many times, like with the wildlife or floral images, people are just wowed. The last celebration we had that Calming Camellia stamp set, that's it, and that was distinctive, and you could just tell the light and the dark made such a difference with just one ink pad on that stamp set and such too. So I like to point out that because I think it's just going to give everyone just really cool images when they stamp those out when it's distinctive. So keep your eye out for that. And then the dies that come in the bundle here are the Happy Forest dies. I'm going to be using the big bear here, and then my little label that punches out with a little kind of hole in there. And then this has 3 mushrooms. I think these 2 are identical. This one obviously smaller. And I'm just going to use a couple of those. I love it when they give us multiples of the same die cut because it makes die cutting several out at once really good. and easy for us. Hi there, Diane. Thanks, Ruth. And then there's a couple tree options here. And this one actually coordinates with a stamp. And this one is kind of standalone and does its own thing. And so I'm using quite a few of the dies, but look at all the other dies. So we've got, you know, the main characters. There's a couple different tree stumps that you can actually layer. And then we've got the fox and the owl and all the leaves and different things too, and acorns. And, you know, there's several, like there's 3 acorns there too, and I love when that happens. Hi there, Julie. Good to have you on here. So that's kind of the basics of the bundle. And now the paper, I have to show you guys this. I always try and highlight when I'm using it for the first time, which I am tonight. So this is so soft and sweet. So the main color of the pink in here, I thought they might highlight the sweet sorbet because that's the new in color. This is actually Calypso Coral. So back side, front side, and I'm actually for the card using both. So you can tell here that I've layered both on there. But look at this, guys. 12 by 12, and I want to try and back it up so it all gets in the camera. Hi there, Leanne. So lots of cute things you could take and trim around this and make that be your card front. You could just cut out little pieces of this or the trees and that fun mountain scene. I think that is just so adorable. So you get a couple pages of this, and then the back side is just kind of a soft yellow, which is so sweet for this project. And same here, we get a 12 by 12 with tall trees, but then a little bit of a forest scene here. Once again, it'd be so easy to just chop a section of this and add your bear into there and then have your card done that way. The back side of this just has some pretty like greenery on there. And then we've just got some kind of greenery nature here that I love. So that could be for any kind of season. And then the back here kind of has like a little bit of a tree slash like woodsy look to that. And then we've got kind of a busier pattern here that would work out great for anything. And I love it when they just give us like smoky slate little X marks and check marks in there. And then we're featuring some of the animals here on this one, as well as like the cute little mushrooms and lots of leaves and florals and birds and things like that too. So you could cut out some of these images and make these all happen on a card too, which I think is kind of fun. And here too, some little V's. Sometimes I'm not sure if they're V's or hearts. You could, you know, use either way too. So very, very cute, cute, cute paper. So I just wanted to kind of take that page by page and show you since it's so adorable. Now for my color combination that I'm using today, I've got some Calypso Coral and then some Sahara Sand, Smoky Slate, and Basic White. And then, like I said, I'm layering 2 pieces of that same background paper from the Happier or the Happier Than Happy bundle. There we go. And then this is just for the inside, but my card base that I'm pulling from is the Calypso Coral. And like I said, this is going to be a baby girl card, so the Calypso Coral will kind of be not pink, but obviously in the pink family with a little nature theme. And I think for babies and nurseries, a lot of them are going with nature themes, and a lot of it is like your Sahara Sand, Smoky Slate, some of your neutral tones, so that those that want more of a neutral gender type thing for nursery setting or gifts or clothes, this ties right into that too. So before I go too far, I think I'm going to do my stamping first and then my die cutting, and then I can assemble kind of everything after that. So I'm going to take my my cute bear here. He's just so cute, and I'm going to ink him up in my Sahara Sand ink pad like so. I'm just gonna ink him up and stamp him out like so. And how fun. So one thing that I was like kind of puzzled by when I looked at the image, I'm like, there's not really an outline here that I see. You'd think like it'd be a darker edge or something. You don't really notice that. But look, when he's stamped out, it just automatically shows up as an outline. So one ink pad, the Sahara Sand, does this just like that. Hey there, Tori. So I love that. And then the other thing that I need to stamp out is with the Calypso Coral. These 2 colors like are really a good combination together. I don't know if I've ever used this, or maybe it's been a while that I've used Calypso Coral and Sahara Sand together. So with the Calypso Coral, I'm just going to stamp out the Hello Baby, and this is going to both be die cut, so if it looks crooked and doesn't look like I'm managing my spacing well, it's on purpose, because that's going to be die cut, both of those things. So like I said, I have all these die cut pieces. So I've got the tag and the bear that I just did here that are going to be die cut, and otherwise I'm going to take and run first, I think, these pieces of the trees through. So I've got this tree here that's going to go on Sahara Sand, and then I've got this that's going to go on the Smoky Slate. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the little mushroom. Maybe you guys can tell me what you think about that. I always like hearing your feedback, but I am going to use a couple of the larger mushrooms compared to the smaller. It's not like they're really large mushrooms, just bigger than the small piece. So I'm going to cut out these 4 things first, run that through. Hi there, Pam. Okay, whoops. Kind of fall apart. I always like to bring it kind of on screen so you can see how well they cut out and just fall out of the dies like so. We've got the tree here. This tree die, like I said, there is also, whoops, a stamp. So that could have been stamped first even on white and then die cut. And then this is more of a tree. Here, let me get my take your pick tool. That's more of an accent piece. How cute is this one? It matches my fingernail polish. Okay, so I've got that, my mushrooms. So all of those pieces there, I'll set my scraps and dies aside and then reload to get the bear on here as well as the tag. And if they don't go through together at the same time, I'll run them through separate, but hopefully I can just put one on, get that straightened. Want to make sure all of his arms and legs are secured in there. So Sharon, I was looking at that. That's a great question, because when I was seeing, Sharon's asking if any of the dies cut out images in the DSP. So I kind of looked at this, like this one here, and I've got the die on the bear. The die is much larger than this one. And let me check the fox though. I was thinking the fox is quite large in comparison too. Like you'd almost think it would, but here's the fox and there's the fox on the papers. So these are good questions. And I did go through to see, not this one, but the tree trunks, because I thought for sure that maybe the tree trunks would, here we go, like these tree trunks here, I thought maybe those would get cut out with the die, but the die is larger than those images too. So that's a good question, because the last card I made a couple days ago, that was a cool thing that, you know, would work together. I'm wondering about some of these tiny little mushrooms. I feel like maybe the mushrooms. So there's a couple different sizes. The card comes together quick, so I have time to check this out. Hey, looks like we could get some mushrooms cut out with these little images like that too. So maybe the mushrooms, but I don't think anything else really would. So good question. I love being able to answer it, and especially on the live portion in case other people are wondering too. And Tori loves how my nails match my paper. So yeah, killing time while out on the outskirts of the state of Nebraska last week, and I had time, and it's something I don't have time to get done very often, or and it's just kind of a nice little splurge for me to get my nails done for that wedding that we were out there for. And when it's rock picking season, I'm especially grateful to have clean looking nails, that even when they are clean, sometimes after rock picking you wonder, like, does anybody wonder if I've cleaned my nails, because I could scrub them and they're still dirty. So this really hides a lot of that. Okay, so now with these couple of dies, we've got the Hello Baby, and then that like little piece just pops out there, and then we've got the cute little bear here. I think he's just adorable. Stampin' Up! Comes out sometimes with some of the cutest bear images, and this one is no exception. Okay, so now we've got all of these pieces here, and it's time to assemble. At first I thought, oh, is this card going to be too putsy? If you know me, I don't always like putsy, but I think it comes together really fast after just doing a few things in the preliminary steps. And so, like I said, I'm using this. If you're just joining in, it's the same piece like this. Sometimes when I'm using two, I might just put it at an angle so that you can see maybe bits and pieces of more of it together. But today I just really liked that it was going to lay flat. So let me put this first strip on. And so this designer series paper is going on this. The card's folded this way, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then my next layer is just going to be that next 1/4 inch less. So this is 3.75 by 5. So I'm just going to put this on. I always kind of like, my heart stops. Like when I see this, I'm like, oh, do I have it tipped the right way? Am I putting adhesive on the wrong side? It's the right side. Okay, so here we go with that. All right, so I've got this, and then I'm just going to pop up my bear. So I've got different sized things. So I'm going to grab both sizes of dimensionals because I think that'll make the project look the best. So I'm going to try and squeeze a dimensional kind of on each foot here. Get some dimensionals going there, and then take those off. So little stickers, and that kind of sets the foundation of the card here by putting those dimensionals on. And because this is busy and I don't want it to look like my sentiments like floating way up in the air and this guy so far down, so I'm kind of sticking my bear up a little bit instead of right at the base of the busy paper. So I'm gonna put him up a little bit more than I normally would, but I kind of like how it turned out when I'm adding everything else on there. And then next I'm gonna just take and flip over this tree, and I could have used like an adhesive sheet or something, but it gives me actually quite a bit of room to just dot some of my liquid glue on here really easily. So that works out slick. So I thought for those 2 seconds, I can just plop that on like so. And then I'm going to kind of tuck this a little bit next to and behind my bear here. So the paper actually has both Sahara sand and the smoky slate. So that's why originally I was like, do I want to have a smoky slate bear, which is fine because that's going to match some of those pieces. And then I decided to go with Sahara sand, which matches and coordinates with some of those other things there too. Now for the tree, that's Sahara sand. I'm going to put some mini dimensionals here on that. So I'm going to put that on the top and then kind of in the middle there, so that kind of covers and doesn't show. And then I'm just going to put that off to the side. Now for these other little mushroom pieces, a regular dimensional just barely fits, but then it's like, okay, let's just use a mini because that's going to stick and do the job just as well. And that'll work. So I'm going to kind of just put one of these mushrooms kind of by his feet, kind of going this way, and then this one kind of tipping towards his foot too. It's wanting to stick to my finger. So I have that one there. And then this is where I did pull in like that tiny one, but I just kind of felt like then the mushrooms were taking over. I didn't know where I wanted to add that. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of liked it with just the two, and then more of the tree shows. And yeah, so I just didn't want to get too happy with the mushrooms. So I kind of left off the smaller one for that reason. And then next I'm going to add the sentiment then, hello baby. Hi there, Rosina. And with that, I'm just going to take some of my linen thread here. I'm just going to kind of take it and loop it in half like that, and then cut like that. And then I can feed that, both of those strands. The reason I cut it in half is so that I have two like so, and then I can just tie a knot, and then I'm going to tie another knot, and hopefully I have it long enough to pull that through. I think so. Yay. I was like, oh, maybe this is a little too short. I don't know if you guys ever do that. And then I can just take with my scissors and trim a little bit too. Actually, it looks like I didn't make it. I think I'm going to see if I can pull this out. Otherwise, I don't know. It's one of the joys of doing a live video. I think one of my strands made it through and the other one didn't. So I have kind of, after my knot, I have 2 pieces, or excuse me, 1 and 3 on each side. I don't like that. I want 2 and 2. Okay, we're going to see how this is going to work. All right. And if not, I don't know what my if not's going to say. Okay, with my take your pick tool, I think I can just go like this. There. Sorry, I hate wasting your guys' time on my mistakes. There we go. All right, and with that, sometimes the reason why I like having shorter little pieces, I sometimes like that little frayed look on there. Hello, Lois. So I'm excited that you're joining in live, because remember when you had your virtual party and you'd asked, do you have the Happier Than Happy bundle, or can you do something with that? So I got it, because I remember I said I don't have it yet, but now I do. And this is what I'm working with tonight. So I'm glad that you are here and joining in. Hey there, Lisa. Good to have you on here too. So now that I have the Hello Baby all decorated with that little bit of linen thread, now I'm just going to take my dimensional sheet here and just kind of do like a little cut to the side. And that's going to allow me to grab this and just put that right behind there. I love when there's like little skinny tags and stuff to use that part of my dimensionals for that. And then this I'm just going to put at a little bit of an angle. So this is it. So like I said, there's lots of little pieces to this, and I was really hoping it wouldn't turn out like crazy to the eyes, because this paper is pretty busy, and then I'm adding lots of little elements. And the things that I didn't add, like I said, I kind of got out that coordinating ribbon, which is gorgeous. I love the linen feel and look to it and weave. So there's Old Olive and Sahara Sand, but I just felt, because like everything was kind of tiny with the prints on the paper and some of these things, like this was just going to be too big of a ribbon to wrap around. It wouldn't be the worst, but it just kind of wasn't what I was looking for. So I thought, let's just stick with a little piece of ribbon on that. And then for embellishments, that was kind of like, oh, I think I'm just going to leave it and not add any embellishments. There again, where would you put them that would stick out or be noticed when everything's kind of busy in the background? But what I did find was that there is these cute little heart pearls. Hi there, Carla. And so they kind of come in 3 different finishes here, and more pearly, more flat, matte finish and such. And so I'm just going to take a couple of the small hearts. So even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of each, it's just smaller and larger. So there's not 6 different sizes, just 2 of each finish. So I'm going to take the tiny heart here, and I like how this kind of looks. So I just kind of put a heart on top of one of my mushrooms there, and then another heart on this one too. So they're kind of on each side of the mushroom, and I just thought that added a fun little touch. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Joyce. And then with that too, I am hand delivering this card. So it's like, usually I don't like to put an embellishment on top of something that I've popped up with a dimensional. But this is going to go with a hand-delivered gift, so that makes it a little bit easier too. So then, you know, if you're going to remake this card, like maybe you'll leave that off, but you'd still want to buy those accessories, the heart pearls, just because they're cute. Now for the inside, that's going to be a quick finish, and I'm just going to pull over a 4x5 1/4 piece here and bring back my Calypso Coral, and then the Happier Than Happy for You is right in that same stamp set. So I'm going to do that in Calypso Coral, and then I'm also going to grab this little piece of like land with a little bit of like grass kind of sticking up. I'm going to tap that into my Sahara Sand ink pad. and just kind of put that at the bottom. So there's plenty of space still to write on there too. So Carla was just looking at the stamps that, yeah, I couldn't wait to order it. I just thought it was so adorable. And like I said, just for any occasions, or sometimes just sending a card for just because or whatever, I just thought it was really fun. And I love these color combinations too, that paper just draws you into, that normally I maybe wouldn't use together, but I love the Sahara Sand and the Calypso Coral together. So happier than happy for you. Hi there, Marilyn. Good to have you on here. So thanks, Pam. So that is today's card. Like I said, making it into baby, but it can be hello or anything, especially hello. You could even just chop off the hello in on your stamp or on your tag or whatever if you wanted it just to say that too. But I just think it's cute and has lots of options to that. So let me get my camera turned around here. So that is just giving you guys some inspiration. So if you haven't noticed, I don't currently have any online or virtual hostesses right now, but I'm so excited about some of the new things I got in the catalog, and people are still ordering. So I'm giving you inspiration and then turning around and using these cards to mail out as little 3-packs for you, just as a thank you for ordering using my host code. So if there are things that you need and you want to plug in my host code, know that you'll be getting 3-packs of the cards that I'm making this month of June. So it's just one way to allow me to enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. Otherwise, I do spend a lot of time making cards as thank yous, and in the summer's too short here in Minnesota, and it's the weekend, so I hope you guys can enjoy some time outside and the weekend, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week with more inspiration. Thanks. Bye-bye.